We go. Oh, let me hide my fatness. It is hot. So, right, as I'm sitting here thinking, right, I guess the girl's name. This is old shit. I already went to court. I already was cleared of any wrongdoing on my part. Right. But there's some people who still mad though. But you can't be mad. Because wasn't nobody mad when they was stealing my shit and acting crazy. Coming in my house stealing weed and shit. Stealing what they can, because my kids never came out their room. Right? So I said I beat up Eddie's girlfriend, right? And I had left. I already told the story, but let's tell it again because I guess you got a big family. You know, if one family, a group of family members can't get the job done, another group of family members try to get the job done. So I left. Now she done called the gang of bitches. So now I'm coming back to the building, 35 Brook Street. They lived on the 3rd, I lived on the 1st. So now they got gays, a whole bunch of gay women, and regular women too to fight me. So now I'm talking shit too to let them know I'm not scared. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's gonna be what it's be. Because they don't know if they hit me, they're gonna drop the charges on me, fucking her up. So my kids are like, no, no, come on, whatever. And one of my daughters called the cops on me when they didn't comprehend that these people wanted to hurt me, and it was me and them. Because my kids, I don't put my kids in no, violent situations like that where somebody's life might be taken or somebody might really be hurt. I fight my own battles, child. So the cops come and they arrest me. But I'm not in there. They say all we're going to do is sit you here for a couple of hours. Right? Because this is what I'm saying. I'm going back again because it always ends up back to me being sick. Not sick like dying, but sick because whatever they was doing to me was interfering with my brain. It was like whatever they did, it was shutting down my organs. And I was like really violent. And I was hallucinating. And I'm telling the God's honest truth. And I beat that girl. I beat the girl. And I was playing with her kids while I was beating her. So, I was like really sick. I beat her so bad, my knuckle wasn't even in place. I didn't even know. It just kept hurting. But I didn't know that I popped my knuckle out of place. So the cops said, we're going to bring you down. It was Central Falls Police Department. Or was it? Yep, it was Central Falls Police Department. We're going to bring you down. We're going to hold you for a couple of hours. And then we're going to release you. But the thing was, they was banging. Whatever cell they put me in, they knew and they was banging. Whatever was going on with me, that's why he jumped. But it really don't interfere with me no more because whatever they was giving me, I'm not ingesting it or inhaling it. So he can bang all he wants. That's why I bang back. Because he's trying to interfere, get my brain chemical off balance by stomping. Because they think I'm going to leave and be violent against somebody else, but that ain't how it works. Right? Everything they ever did to me, that's what happened. Obsessive thinking of everything they did to me and me hallucinating, hearing things, it made me beat her like that. Now, when they brought me to the police station, right, they didn't bring me to a desk. They came and booked me in the cell. And wherever I was, they can hear me and I can hear them. Because it was a rent or something. And they will literally bang. Like really bang. Bah, 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 and it was fucking with my head. Now I'm looking out the window and whoever I'm looking at, it was a real person. And they're watching how I'm acting from the banging. Right, so I was there for about maybe 3 or 4 hours. Now it was like my brain was swelling. Whatever they gave me, whatever they was doing to me, my brain was swelling and my organs was shutting down. Because no matter how much I drank, right, I always needed to be in a quiet spot. So now I'm fucked up again. Because the cops done banged all on my motherfucking head and they're talking through the vents to me. But whoever's over there, I can see pigeons or whatever, but there was somebody in the window too. Now I'm signing Queen everywhere. Queen was here, da 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 da, because some people know, some people don't. Vote my name or whatever. I get out. That's when I see my brother Junior and his wife. He was like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? He knew something was wrong with me, but he couldn't interact with me because that is his job. And the girlfriend, I was like, they're killing me. And she was, I'm like, they are killing me. They're killing me. Now I'm calling my son, he's not picking up. He got a car, a Cutlass, I swear to God. Carlos, he got a car. And if you got a car like that, you can make that car talk with the dualies, because Mo used to do it through Chad Brown. But it had some type of cutoff switch. Whoever he bought the car from could cut the car off from wherever they was and the car wouldn't stop. So now I'm walking back and forth. I'm talking to myself, but then there's some people where I used to live on I think it's 307 High Street, and he was like, "You want to come in?" Da 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 da. And he didn't want nothing I had because he was gay. He was gay. But he was trying to bring me in. I was like, no, my son's coming give me whatever, whatever. So then I walked to my son's house. And I'm like, can you give me a ride? And he was like, where? I'm like, to Kia's, because I couldn't go back to the house or I was going back to jail. So he dropped me off at Kia's and I got my court papers and everything. And Kia made me stay. I swear, I paid $100 for some Jordans that I paid my daughter back for. And she let her cat piss in my Jordans. They was, I really didn't like Jordans, but them are the sneakers she got me. And her cat pissed all in the Jordans, right? So I'm at Kia's, but the more I'm at Kia's, the more I'm getting sicker. It just don't stop. It just, your brain keeps swelling. Now, now I'm outside. I'm riding my niece on a bike, which they shouldn't have let me touch my niece, my great niece. She should have been nowhere near me. I'm hanging with my little nephew, my great nephew. And everywhere I went, it was like, it's the water. It's the water. I didn't want the water touching me because I felt the water was contaminated and it was harming me. And then I swear to God, it was like I'm hearing everybody's doors, but they're over there thinking about drugs, how they're going to get their shipment in, and da-da-da-da-da. And that's the building before my nieces, but they was on the other side. I guess that's the back side. And I'm saying, well, when the shipment comes, you will definitely get your drugs. But they know me. And they kept saying there's something wrong with mommy. Especially Taco's family, because I was, and they kept saying there's something wrong with her. And no matter how much water I drunk, for my nephew was like, well, there's water upstairs. I kept drinking this bottle of water, but I just kept getting sicker and sicker. Now I'm seeing Kim Fields and whatever, and I'm hallucinating that Yvette got the cure. Now hallucinations telling me go upstairs, there's some swab, spray it in my mouth. And I did. But before then, I was just sitting underneath trees. I'm dying. I know I'm dying. There's a cop over there, and Taco's mother and her boyfriend kept trying to see what, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's coming out of the vents of the air conditioners. But before then, right, my nephew's playing the game, and I swear to God, he showed me they want houses, they want this, they want that. And I'm like, well, where the fuck am I getting money to get houses or any of this shit from? Because I don't have nothing. Everything I ever had is gone. Even my clothes. I think I had like 5 outfits, and I was buying dollar flip-flops and stealing them. Every other thing I had was gone. They destroyed everything. The Spanish people was coming out front, going through the garbage and then putting, and it was women, and then putting the garbage on the garbage truck after they went through my garbage, making sure there's no values. But every credit card, every card I ever had, I cut up. There was money on cards, but I cut them up, and I didn't care. But they couldn't get no more money orders. My kids don't wipe them out. My daughter's giving my social. I'm like, who you giving my social security number to? So there's somebody in the state probably with gas or lights or cable in my name, because I never lived in Boston or Salem. And I was like, what are you doing with my... She was like, I was like, all right, it's going to come back and bite you in your ass, right? Okay, so now I'm over my nieces, but I'm getting sick. Ain't nothing making me get better. And there was a morph. And I'm like, the morph is trying to show me where this shit is, because I don't know. I'm not getting high. I stopped everything. That's when everything went topsy-turvy, when I withdrew off everything, the Suboxones, the pills, and all that shit. My whole life turned upside down. So as I'm at my niece's house, right, somebody's blowing something in the mailboxes. But anyway, now I'm sitting down, right? I wasn't smoking enough, but for some reason, my nephew would smoke the cigarette and be like, here. And I'm like, but all of a sudden, I want to smoke a cigarette now. And he was like, smoking all the way to the butt. But then I'm in front of the TV, and I'm not going to tell you what I was doing, but I was doing stupid shit, but I got up and I reversed it, who I can reverse it on. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe they know who the rich family members are. Maybe they don't. Maybe they think they can get away with shit up here because don't nobody really give a fuck about them, because they ain't nobody and there's somebody there. Right? So now I'm hallucinating Carlos Miller is over there on the, God damn it. Ugh, these people take your shit there. I can't even think of this shit. It's crazy. And I'm only telling the story because people need to understand. Everybody was in on it because Eddie and the landlord, Corey Bryant, and it's Corey Bryant, but he says Corey Bryant, he's gay. He lives out here in Woonsocket somewhere. I forgot the name of the street, but I can definitely Google it and get it, because that's how my mind works. Was listening to the basement of me screaming in agony and pain, because I was walking on my knees too, but that's a state of being walked. Right? So, but before all this happened, I kept saying, why every time I move my bed, this lady upstairs keeps dragging something over the floor, and it always ends up where I'm at. And I swear to God, there was a mic stand that was made that was sitting outside, but when her daughter's father got out of jail, she hurried up and packed up and left. She had Section 8. She hurried up and packed up and left with her man, because he did some years in prison. He was a drug dealer. She lived on the second floor, and she had Section 8, and they moved out. Now, anyway, let's fast forward back to my niece's house. Okay, we did some shit in front of the TV. I had to reverse it. I wasn't that crazy. Now, then that night, after whatever he did, him and Tommy's daughter, the monkey that lives in Prospect Heights, way down the other end, I never knew her name. But I was always at her house with Jeannie. We'd be eating, and they'd be drinking or whatever, and I'll be smoking weed or whatever. Her niece, because her sister died, and she had her niece, and a nephew was sitting around me. Now, he was at my house. He was at my house, but him and his sister stole weed for my son. I didn't even tell, because I don't give a fuck. If you're going to leave your shit right here and trust these motherfuckers, and I've been telling you all your life, don't trust your family. Not them with the outsiders, and you did. Now he's mad because I didn't say something. Why am I going to say something? Because whatever it was poison anyway. So whatever weed they had, and we at my niece's, I'm in the middle. Nope, I'm on. There was 2 couches. A lounge chair. That's where she was. I'm sitting here and he's sitting there. Now, they rolled about 6 of these motherfucking joint blunts and leaves, and they passing it back and forth, and I'm saying, can you please not smoke that around me. Now, they could have got up and went in the kitchen, but they didn't. Now I'm getting angrier and angrier because this bitch keep thinking that I'm playing, and I'm not playing. Don't blow that in my face or none of that. Because the thing was, I supposed to have took a gun, put it in my hand, and blew my own brains out. But that didn't work. Now, after they did that, the next day, I couldn't sit still. I didn't hear none of the drugs. All I was doing was smoking cigarettes. He keep telling me smoke to the end because his family believes in voodoo, and some of that shit really works. But I see shit, the McLeans believe in voodoo. Roll believes in that Ouija board, and that really works because we all did. I'm like, I'm not fucking with none of that shit no more. I'm like, whoever's moving, don't even, because you don't supposed to even touch it. Your hand's supposed to be high. You don't even supposed to touch it. And we was asking it questions, and it's saying yes or no, and the motherfucker started spelling. I'm like, you know what? I'm not fucking with this no more because that shit was real. And the McLeans believed in voodoo, witchcraft. The Joneses believed in witchcraft. And whoever hung around, the Raimis believed, whoever hung around them got into that shit. Right? So now I can't sit still. I'm thinking Carlos is over there on top of a building, but thank God that the police was, somebody was doing work, and it was a cop. I'll never forget it. It's the black detective car in Pawtucket, and I'll never forget it. And I keep going to the fence, but whoever's over there at that place, storage, I keep talking to him like it's Carlos Miller, because I did see Carlos Miller. He did come to 35 Brook Street, because whoever that dude was that was in the military or out of the military, Carlos went right to his house, because as soon as the Spanish lady moved out, he moved in. And I was like, Carlos? And he was like, Millie? But I looked like I was a crackhead because I was 96, 98 pounds. I was being starved to death, and whatever else was happening, I don't know. But if you said fentanyl, Lord have mercy, I will have a connection. Right? And this is how I'm getting to Eddie, right? So I couldn't sit still. I'm seeing Kim and all them. They've been coming through. I guess they was watching me die. I don't know. I never knew them to hang in Prospect Heights. So I go spray the deodorant in my mouth. Now, my nephew never lets nobody in his room. That's why I was like, why would he? But I'm not thinking clearly. But I'm like, he don't never let nobody in his room. Go lay in my room, Millie. There's water up there. Now, I'm drinking the water, but the thing is, I cannot get hydrated. So now I'm running up and down the stairs with the door open. And thank God Taco's family lived across. But I go outside and that car's still there. And I'm looking at the cop. I'm like, I'm dying. And he looked at me. I'm like, they are killing me. I am dying. I am dying. But then something happened where I don't know, but the rescue squad couldn't get to me at night. Because they already called on me before. But there was something going on where the rescue squad couldn't get in. That's when they was blowing the smoke through the mailbox, the front and the back. Right? So now I'm going crazy. Right? And I'm up and down, up and down. I'm not even going to the bathroom. I'm there shitting and pissing on myself. And now I'm at the wall. I'm doing this at the wall. And I couldn't stop. So I go, and the cops, the detective, he's a detective. He never seen me come back out. So now they call the cops. There's a cop here and there's a cop here. And I don't know what that cop was doing, or I don't know who that was, but I think the cop had somebody too. But I don't know. I couldn't be hallucinating, but there was two cops. And that cop kept saying, and I'm doing this, why you can't sit still? I was like, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't get high or nothing. I detoxed off everything. And I'm going back and forth. I said, I just keep hallucinating. And, I feel that my organs are shutting down. And before I know it, everything is black. Everything is black. And I'm telling the same story. You better go to Problems and talk to some of them homeless people because they love the story. But I don't tell everything. I don't tell everything. I be cutting shit up because that's the smart way to be. Child. When I came through, it supposed to have been 6 cops. But when I came through, I believe it was like 4 or 5. I don't know where the 6 cop went. And I'm getting tasered. I get tasered. Ah! Then that cop said, boom! They had to shake my brain. Because whatever that was going on, I was like, please don't kill me. Whatever you do, don't kill me. Suicide by cop. I'm like, please don't kill me, whatever. Because now as I'm hallucinating, they're saying Junior got something to do with it. Barbara got something to do with it. Margaret got something to do with it. And Richard got something to do with it. And it was all something about fentanyl. So I come through, and the officers in my face, I won't forget him because he still wears that haircut that the white boys wear in the Spanish when it's cut and the pot's going to the side like that. In that school picture, he was like, you fucking dirty black bitch. You dirty black fucking bitch. You shitty, pissy bitch. You're going to the fucking mental ward, bitch. And I'm kicking and spitting because I don't understand. If this man's knees on my neck, right, you already tasing me and I'm not even being combative. What is all? And I was like, fuck you, you white motherfucker. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Get that bitch in the ambulance right now. Get him in the ambulance. And I swear to God, he said, bitch, you're getting ready to go night-night. I was like, fuck you. He said, bitch, you're going night-night. Next thing I woke up, Lord, I was in the emergency room. And that's the thing. Now I went to the crazy house. I died. I woke up, passed out. I woke up in ICU. That's what I'm saying. I was in ICU. I was in I think I was in a coma or I was just sleeping. They just didn't give a fuck about me anyway. I was to die. Right? So now I'm all, I'm out, whatever. My son's supposed to have came and signed me out the mental institution, but it was my daughter. Soon as I get there, something told me, bitch, you might as well just stay here until they can find you a shelter or something, but I barely want to leave because I'm not the type of person that can be locked up. I'm not doing drugs or nothing. I'm not smoking. I'm not doing nothing. Like, there's no food. There's nothing. So they had the EBT card, so... Now, my 2 daughters was getting ready to jump. I'd be like, that'll be the worst mistake you could ever make in your life. Because once you put your hands on me, I'm not your mother no more. Now we're enemies. And you're going to bring me somewhere I don't want to be. So now it's all of us fighting. Me, my middle daughter, my young daughter, and my younger son. And because he manhandled me, I swear for God, I don't even know where the razor came from, but that motherfucker's throat was getting ready to get cut ear to ear. Because I blacked out, and all I know, people are trying to hurt me, and I needed to film it. I was crying. I was like, I need you to get away from me. All you do is know me as mom. You don't know me as this person. And it broke my heart that I tried to do that to my son. I was going to kill him. I was going to kill them because they fucked me over with some people that they didn't even know. That's what I'm like. They probably knew. Kim probably knew all the people with the money in the family. And she ain't got no shame. She ain't got no shame. We are totally different. Me and my sister Kimberly are totally different. So when they left, okay, now I'm by myself. I beat Eddie. That's after I beat Eddie. Now all of a sudden they kicked the door in. They have real mace. That mace, I was like, come inside. I'm trying to get him to come over the threshold because I had a butcher knife already. Because you kicked the door in. Now I need you to walk in. Because once you walk in, because you want to prove to her that you loved her, you are, because you're going to die. Because I'm going to kill you. That motherfucker said, bitch, I ain't coming. And something about mace that really don't, if it affects me, then it don't affect me. So I call the cops. The cops let Eddie go to work. I forget all about my appointment. I'm trying to get my shit together now. So I need a BCI check. I go and he says, Millicent, You got an attachment against you for something $1,000. I'm like, what? He said, I said, I know what, I really forgot my court date, and by law, he's supposed to have rung me to jail personally. I said, I swear to God, if you just let me go, I will go turn myself in, right? And then I will come back. I swear I'm gonna come back today, because usually once I'm going, I'm going. But I was like, I want to go, and I want to come back because I need the BCI check for a job. And I think this is when he said, "Oh yeah, Millicent's off drugs." 'Cause while I was on drugs, that motherfucker wasn't letting me be nothing. Nothing but working factories. That's the only job. I could have had a job working at the prison over there in Central Falls. He wouldn't let me do it. He wouldn't clear. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it because he wanted me off drugs. I don't even know the white man, but for some reason he loves me, right? So now I go turn myself in, and she said, "Millicent," I'm like, "Look, listen, ma'am, right?" I didn't say ma'am. I say Yana. I was like, that lady, that girl, told her boyfriend to prove that he loved her, kicked in my door and makes me. I said, I was trying to get him to walk over the threshold so I can kill him. So that way she could truly know that he died for her love. And she said, well, I said, yes, sir. I called the cops let him go to work, da 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 da. She was like, all charges dropped. So how can you be mad at me? Because your sister, cousin, aunt, or whoever wanted Eddie, because Eddie and them got a big family. Their mother and father, all they did was fuck and make roaches. And I'm talking about they made human roaches and roach. I mean, oh my God, they had to have 1,000,000 roaches. 1,000,000,000 roaches. But they had like 13 or 14 kids, something like Miss Johnson. Right? How can you blame me? I was going to jail. The way I beat that girl in the face, I posted at least it. He said he was sick of me, and I was gonna do more than a week. I can tell you that. I don't know if it was months or the week, but they thought that the cops was, on their side. I was like, this, and I was like, Your Honor, they're stupid because the cops let him go because they knew, and it wasn't the cops that tried to kill me, because they knew if they let Eddie go, I will walk free. Now I don't know if they was down with the plot or not. But Eddie's stupid. Eddie should have said, no, take me to jail. But because they let Eddie go, and she told Eddie to mace me, the charges was dropped. It was done in the legal, it was done legal where everything was filed legally. I didn't go in there lying. I told the truth. The God's honest truth. And that's why people be like, oh, now you're telling the truth, nigga. I told this story when I was in Open Doors Church. Open Doors Shelter, I told the story. I told the story when I was in Crossroads, Warm and Cool and Shelter, whichever one I was there. I told when I was, what's the name of that shit? Is that Prime? Whatever the street is over there where Amos' house is. They had an all-woman shelter. I told the story over there. I told the story at the Mission. I told the story. Yous are just new to. I'm not telling the truth, bitch. I always been telling the truth. Right? They're going on here with the IE or whatever. I'm old. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you what they're doing. In New York and Atlanta, they know I'm telling truth. They are recording your voices. Like I just heard Jim Jones' voice a little while ago. And it's like a threat, and I said back, but she already said it. Well, you don't even come outside. You don't even come out the parking lot at Carolina's Market. That's not my voice. That's her voice, but that's what I said. That's like they recorded 50 Cent's voice. They are going on here chopping up your voices to make it look like you're saying shit. And it's 323 Main Street. Right? That's like the Garbagangers. You had them too. And the only reason they know that Jim even goes over there to the barbershop of Caroline's, you know why? Because I said it. So now they're taking, because I don't use IE. I don't use none of that shit. I'm not making, all my stories are truth. I have nothing to lie about. And like I said, I leave a lot of stuff out, but I'm telling you, the case is sealed. Somebody really got hurt. And if I go to jail, everybody got to go to jail. And I mean, everybody got to go to jail. That's what I'm like, you can even ask half of these white people. Because when I was doing do, she was like, oh, yep, that's the way she beat me. It surely is. How can I learn that from Carissa? I've been fighting that way my whole life. I've been watching boxing with my grandfather, and after boxing, I start trying to punch him in the face. And he'd be like, won't you sit your narrow ass down? Because if you hit me, I'm going to have to take off my belt. And I'm like 14 now. Ever since I was a kid, I mostly watched sports with my grandfather because that's the time that I took, because I know they wasn't going to live forever, Walter Best and Connie Best. While all my other cousins was out there, getting dick sucked by cousins and sisters and shit, I was over there spending time with my grandmother and grandfather. Because I was creating memories that you know what I'm saying? Even though Aunt Gloria got all the money from the insurance policy, we didn't get shit. I don't know what she gave Kathy, but I know we didn't get nothing. I know I didn't. I was making memories with my grandmother and my grandfather. Now, nobody told me my mother's mother was sick. They was talking about insurance plans. And I told this story too. I was like, I'm not going to grandma's house, be looking at no insurance plans or none of that. I'm not doing that. Me not knowing my grandmother's on her deathbed. Because Kim didn't tell me she was dying. Kim said she wanted us to come down there so we can look at insurance papers. And she knew without a shadow of a doubt I would not go down there just to look at insurance papers. And all I got, they said it was $15,000. No, it fucking wasn't. It was $1,500. Because I can go to check cashing on Lonsdale Avenue and have that bitch pull up that motherfucking check that was in Phyllis's name. Because they make copies. You get a check, you get a copy, and they get a copy. And they know me, W. Every time I go, they was like, oh shit, that's the bitch that get all. He was like, nah. They was like, yes, it is. And they know me because I used to do money orders. And they knew it wasn't not no $15,000 Phyllis didn't give me. It was fucking $1,500. So, boy, it was 15. No, the fuck it wasn't. It was 15 motherfucking hundred. She did not send me no 15,000. It was 1,000 and 1,000. Yeah, it wasn't 1,000. It wasn't 15,000. It was 1,500. That's what it was. 1,500. That's what I'm feeling. So my kids, I'm like, what? I didn't get no 15,000. I got $1,500. That was the first check and the last check. I don't know where the car was. I was like, I'm keeping all this shit because when the shit hit the fan, I'll have receipts. All my receipts was thrown in the trash. But yeah, so, leave me the fuck alone with your family member. She got beat. I got charged. She wanted Eddie to prove his love. Lord, I wish he would have came over that threshold. Because he would have been a dead motherfucker. I was like, see how much he loves you? Now let's call the cops. And ask them why you's kicking the door and why he's over here. And not on the outside. Because I don't know. They said I fucked up her jaw. I don't even know. But the kid, because her daughter's name. Now, this is what I'm saying. Her daughter's name. What is her daughter's name? Her daughter's name almost sounds like Millie. Like my niece's name is Janelli, but I call her Jamillie. But they said it's Janelli. I don't know. But her daughter's name sounds just like Millie. Whatever she named her daughter after me. That's what it. You know what I'm saying? And the little son, I always bought the little son something for his birthday. Every time they had a pot, I didn't really like the cooking because, everybody that's Spanish cannot cook. That's because they like your food. Mean everybody ain't going to like your food because some of that shit is nasty. But every birthday, I will buy her son a birthday present. And I didn't even have to do it. I just did it because they, you know what I'm saying? And then she had the daughter, and I was like, and then when she said the daughter's name, I was laughing like, oh shit, she named her daughter after me. But because the state of my brain was swelling and I was starving to death, like I'm doing now, I'm really hungry. That's why people be like, well, all she does is eat. You know why I only eat? Because you don't know what it is until you've been starved. And I swear to God, everything I said, heard on the news, I was like, oh my God, because the dude from Mass, his sister and her boyfriend, or her boyfriend, his brother and his girlfriend stabbed him to death. So what happened to me? I was getting starved to death, but I was smart. I went right to welfare, changed that card, honey. They had me throughout. You hear me? They had me throughout the house to eat my food. They had me throughout the cellar to eat my food. I stayed in the cellar for like 3 weeks until that boy that Carlos went to his house, kicked in the cellar door acting crazy. But he didn't know. Corby had some, they had some thing, like, I don't know whose it was, but he would have got his fucking head chopped off. Then I went to try to stay with my son, but then I'm like, Cece tried to hit me, and I'm like, if Cece hits me, I'm gonna whoop Cece's ass. And I swear to God, it was like we was all dancing, and we was coordinated. Cece hit me, I ducked, bam, hit her, and all of a sudden we was going around my son. But what was that we twirled right to the door. Cece tried to hit me, I hit her again, and my son pushed me up, shut the door in my face. And they called the cops on me. Motherfucker, it ain't gossip. It's a true story. It's my life. But it's gossip too, but alright. But anyway, that's what happened. So leave me alone. And Jim Jones, I said you're a sucker type of punk. And ain't nobody scared of you. And you already know where to find me. You know birds fly, and I'll be right there on Broad Street with no motherfucking problem. What color you want? You want me in black and white? You want me all in red? You want me all in black? You want me all in blue? All in whatever color you want. Whatever you want to be claiming, let me know. And they're starting that you gotta pick red or blue. No, let me tell you something, lady. And this is for real. This is real talk. Miss, leave me alone. I don't care if you know what, I'm 57 years old. And my son will not be holding the camera filming me, playing a song about me, rapping about pussy. That's how you know when you raise your children and when you're being raised with your children. Because people don't understand, just because that's your mother, right, and you know what I'm saying, don't mean that she's raising you. You're both being raised together, right? And your dresses are like first lady dresses, ma'am. Your dresses are like first, and I don't give a fuck who you fucked. If you fucked Brian, so what? Did you buy him them red bottom boots? Because Brian was already here, and he looked at me and said, no. Because I'm not I'm not giving shit unless you give me first. Oh, you bought me $1,000 pair of shoes? Well, let me go try to find you a $250, something that looks just as good as mine. Right? And then what is his name? Oh my God. He came up here. Right? With the two dogs. He was up here. I met him right on the beach. And it's him. I'll never forget that then. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say it was him. And he was like, my name is da-da-da-da-da. This is da-da-da-da. But I didn't know who he was. That should have let him know, nigga, I'm not a bird. She's not a bird. She don't even know who you are. He was here. I didn't fuck him. I don't know if you did, but I didn't. God, his name ain't Calvin. What is his name? Because every time I see him, I be cracking up laughing. Because he goes with that Franklin girl now. And I know he goes with it because he got mulatto kids and he had his daughter with her. I said, oh yeah, she must got money because he's moving quick. She's driving around with the chitlins in the car. You know a bitch got money when a nigga start letting you take his chitlins out. And he don't really know you like that. He came here because he drove trucks. I didn't fuck him either. Right? Homeboy with the red on, what's his name? He came here. I didn't fuck him, but he ate my pussy. And it was not no dog. It was him. Because I had them braids in a lot. I let him eat me. And then I dried humped him. And then I left. Who else? You know what I mean? Then I had these young boys talking to their mothers about me. And the mothers already knew what it was. Right? Because I'm like, the mother was like, well, if you want to be with her, be with her. But I'm telling you, if you cheat, that's going to be a problem if she finds out. Because I'm a woman. I'm not no whore. Right? And I'm not paying for no dick. And I'm going to tell you again, Brian, which I would do, you know why he always walks? I was like, oh my God, your walk is so sexy. But he did a contest. And a lady won, but she looked like she had a wedding ring on her finger. He fucked her. Now, do you. Because, if you got to pay for dick, ma'am, that's on you. But I don't. I really don't have to, because that's not my thing. And for, what's that boxer's name with no neck? You really need, and now there's somebody on there talking about how you know that she fucked him. You know how I know she fucked him? Because he offered her $400. And she said, well, I can go in my bag too. And he said, oh, don't let me go in my stash. She was like, shit, I can go in my stash too. That's how I know she fucked him. And that's how I know he's a notch underneath her belt. Her belt. She ain't even a whore. She just fuck. I'm telling you, she probably won't even fuck again for like seven. I be going 10 years. Because there's just not nothing out here. But she might go for a year or two. And then she's going to be out there doing the same thing with the next motherfucker. I'm telling you. The ones that you're fucking, like I said, are birds and hoes. That's why I said 50 Cent, either she was a high-priced call girl. 50 Cent and Diddy's baby mama's a whore. Because if men are offering, and plus you ended up, I'm not saying nothing bad about Diddy, but you ended up with Diddy. 50 Cent should have knew she was a whore when he wouldn't give her $10,000. You told her no, so then she had to go. And Diddy, but I'm pretty sure she worked for that $10,000, whatever she's getting. And girl, I don't even know why you dropped the videotape. What are you trying to prove? Or let somebody else is going, oh Lord. But she was on here talking about it. So I'm pretty sure she did it. She did it because she was on here gossiping with somebody. So you know what? I don't even want to hear this shit. But she did it herself. So that's letting people know that you was a whore from the giddy up. And I'm not disrespecting her son. I'm disrespecting his mother. Because now you're showing us who you really are. And Rock, like I said, I got one or two bad, no teeth, half bitches. Right? The whole night, $275, leave a dime for the fucking taxes. Because she ain't even worth 300 G's. Unless she got fucking two pussies. Unless she got a pussy and some lips up there while you're fucking her, it can suck your dick. Now that's a trick. Or unless she can swallow your dick down to your balls. Now that's worth 300 G's. But she always been, if you looking real carefully, you can hear somebody talking on the speaker. But you know what? I don't even care. So anyway, I went to go pay my rent, right? And she's high. They're talking about I'm on dope. I never did dope in my life. I'm not even high. I'm not high. The caffeine in my pills make me hyped up. I worked out a little bit, doing my little dancing or whatever. Now I'm going to get ready to eat and diamond dot. And I don't know if the game's coming out or not. I don't even really give a fuck because I'm depressed. And I ain't depressed because they lost. I'm just depressed because it looks like they gave up. And the Knicks fans are running around beating up people because they're Spurs fans. I'm telling you, black people are, oh my God. This is a whole another level type of shit. And then everybody's talking about Carlo, what's his name? Carlo Anthony. You know, stop talking. Open a GoFundMe page. Right? And then take that money. Right? and get him a lawyer. Look at them repeating me because they're like mutts. They said I'm trained. These motherfucking white people are trained. They want to be me so bad. Shit, they want to be me. Well, cut off their social security checks, give them $25 food stamps, right, and then treat them like shit. Let all the white people think that they're trained and they won't get punched in the face. See how that work out for you. That's what I'm saying. Stop talking about it and be about it. That's man face. Man face looks just like a man with a woman body. Her legs look like a man. Face look like a man. I told the ugly bitch to stop saying hi to me, and she just won't stop saying hi. I mean, how many times you gotta insult a woman to make her leave you alone? And she act like she's doing something. Girl, I'm calling you ugly. To your face. To your face. Telling you I wish you stopped saying hi to me, but you keep doing it because you know why? Because wounded animals like to be hurt. She's a wounded animal and she likes to be hurt and disrespected. Because it only take you one time to tell me to stop saying I'm like, shit, you didn't do nothing but make my day better because I hate saying hi to you anyway. But yeah, that's the end of that story. It's more I'm getting real. Everybody knows the stories. Everybody knows what happened. This is what I'm saying about white people that don't do nothing to leave Woonsocket because they're scared they're going to get beat up in another city. Because what they do in Woonsocket, they can't do in Providence. No, they cannot. You know what I mean? That's why when you do tell stories, you got to leave out, like, let's say if you're writing a book, right? When you do tell stories, you got to leave out certain parts. Because they can write a book, but it's not going to be your story. It's going to be some shit they made it, because you're going to be like, they made this shit up. This shit is not real. And the only one that ever seen it was, what's his name? Oh my God. Biden and, Carrot Stick. Trump. Because they're the only ones that can get in a sealed case. Everybody else that try to get in there, even if you try to break in that motherfucker, a flag goes up. But anyway, use people leave me alone because it wasn't just, it's just what it is and what's it going to be. Everybody want me to go to jail, but for what? They want me to go to, listen, my life got to end with jail or death. Just because people don't like me for